and welcome back to the second part of this project. Now let's take care of the timer and maybe the search, exit, and the fresh. Let's try to get those ones done first. So I'm going to exit out and let's come right here, open up the form. Where is it? It's right here, somewhere here. There. And I'm going to add, let's add a timer right there. That's a timer there. If you want to add a timer, all you need to do is just come right down here, and that's it. Just double click on it. Okay, there. So I have two. I'm going to delete that. I only need one will do. So double click on that. These two components here, this is LBL timer, LBL date, and I'm going to now double click on the timer here. Let's press enter there. Now the first thing I want to do is to use the following, just declare the following. Well, now I'm going to call that DT. DT is going to stand for my timer. So I'm going to say date time. That will be now. Enter semicolon. I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing, another one of those. Let's create another one. This will be for time and this will be for date. Let's just call that A. Now what I want to do is I will now come here. Let's enter LBL time dash text equals dt dot now dot to long time, just enter semicolon. So that is for timer. So I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to change that for date. So date is LBL date, and instead of time here, instead of using this method time, I'm going to change that to date. There we go. My date and time is done. So to call this, I'm going to go straight into the initialize and just initialize the timer. You can do that on the form, but I'm going to do that on the initialize. Where is it? It's right here somewhere. Let's come up here somewhere. There we go. That's it. Form initialize. That's it. My form initialize. Underneath here, I'm just going to paste that. Dot start. So once my program start running, this will initialize the timer. So let's try that out. Run. And there we go, guys. That's my timer working and today's date. So I'm going to exit out now, but the first thing I want to do is let me take care of this search button so that we can search for a name, then refresh and exit. So let's do that. So we'll come right here. Where is the search? So come right down here. Either one. I still have to enter both codes here. So I'm going to select this. Let's come in here straight to the property. Make sure your text box is selected. Go straight to the properties and let's select event, and I'm going to now click on key press. Double click on key press and right there press enter. Let's reduce this thing so that you guys can see it properly. Press enter and let's use try cache there. Try, and right underneath here might as well just enter cache there. Open a bracket and enter exception ex. Enter another curly braces, and the message box in there is going to be, let's just say message box dot show. No, it's not dot show. This is C++. Message box dot show ex dash message. We enter semicolon there. Showing that to lowercase. Okay, that should take care of that, and this message should be uppercase there. Now to take care of the search, so I'm going to use an if statement. If a dash key char. So if key char, so the char 13, that is actually the ASCII code for carriage return. So if that one is pressed, we then want the system data view. I'm going to give it an object known as dv equals SQL data table dash default. So the content on the data table is going to be the default one. So we say dv dash row filter. Let's do that again. This one should have semicolon. Try this again. dv dash row filter, and the row filter will be looking into whatever we have inside this string that format, and what we want you to look inside will be this column, the column known as name, the column on my database called first name. And inside that first name, so it's going to be like anything like inside that first name. So that would be apostrophe again, and we need 2% there, and we also need curly braces. Inside that curly braces, if it's now 0, then check the text box. The text box is going to be txt slash dot. No, it's not a dot, it's dash there we go. Alright, so now that we're searching for whatever we have in here, so let's do this. Whatever we have in there has to be what we have inside this column. So let's come in and enter our dataGirdView. dataGirdView 1 dash data source, and this data source equals dv dash to table parentheses there. So that should take care of our search function. I'm now going to copy it because I'm going to be using it for the text box, for the button as well. So let's scroll right down to the button here. That's the button. Double click on the button. In the case of the button, I'm going to use click event. So paste that in there, but this time around I'm going to get rid of the key char. Okay, that's just carriage return. I've got rid of the carriage return. Let's make sure there's no error. Yeah, that's fine. There's no error, no issues. So let's run it now and see how that's going to work. Okay, so let's search for whatever name in here. So I'm going to just enter, let's say we want to search for Sally. Press enter. There we go. And that is Sally right there. Okay, let's exit out. We need to be able to refresh. This is the one I want to take care of now. So I'm going to come right here. So let's go right up there and just copy the connector. Yeah, this very one. I'm going to copy that. And here, just that for now. Up to here. Copy. And let's go to that form. Right here in the form, let's double click on this refresh. And paste the lines of code for connection that I've just copied there. Now, I don't want it opened yet, so I'm going to get rid of that. So let's just get rid of open for now. I'm going to copy all of these because I'm going to use try cache here. Try, move all of this straight in there, and right down here, enter my cache. Okay, let's ask the system to now do the search for us. Okay, now let's start by, we can even leave this out. Yeah. Okay, come in here like this. If it doesn't work, then we change it the other way. So that's fine. So let's say string ID equals txt customer reference dash text. Okay, and there. So I'm going to say MySQL. That will be for data. Let's say data adapter. Yeah. And that is going to be SQL DT equals GC new, and the adapter, and that will be the adapter actually. And inside this adapter, that's where we enter my search criteria, the SQL search criteria. Select from hotel, comma, select from hotel, and let's say SQL connect. I'm going to now enter data table, this table, and that's going to be SQLDT equals new data table, and let's say SQL DTA. Which one is that? That's this SQL DTA. That will be my SQL data adapter. No, that will be fill the data table, this one. I'll copy and paste that there. Yeah, and let's enter semicolon. Now we now need our dataGirdView to carry out the search, so I'm going to copy that here. dataGirdView, we want you to refresh the whole system, so copy this and paste it right at the front. There we go. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's try it out. So I'm just gonna click on run. Okay, let's try out the search function again. So I'm gonna enter whatever there. Let's assume let's just enter maybe P. Just click on search. Now have the data of all the P's. Now decision time for the refresh. So click, there we go. It's working the way I want. So let's say we want to go for Sydney. Search there, that's Sydney right there, and refresh. So that's fine guys, it's working exactly the way I want. So all of this is working, that is working, and this is working. So the date and time are fine. Let's take care of exit. So let's exit out there. Okay, back on the form, let's double click on the exit button right there, and I'm going to enter try cache just in case if there's any error. I'm just going to copy this, paste it right underneath here. And right in here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say system column Windows column forms column dialog result, and my dialog result I'm just going to call the variable. I'll call it iExit. Well, now let's say iExit, we want you to do as follows. So equals message box column show the following message. So I'm going to just enter in there, confirm if you want to exit. Alright, that's it. Confirm if you want to exit. Column, let's enter the name, so I'll just call it hotel system, and that's my second argument. Then the third argument will be, let's say, comma, message box button column yes or no. So if we grab one of those, that should give us the answer that we want. Then we say comma, the next argument is going to be message box icon dot no column question. There we go. So if we select one of these, so let's use an if statement. If iExit equals system, copy all of this, just paste it right here, and that will be column yes. Then in that case, let's use, we want the message box, or sorry, we want the system to exit, so we'll say application column exit. There we go. Right, now why do we have error? We have error because there's supposed to be a semicolon there. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should just, let's see if this will work. It should work. And this one, there should be a semicolon there as well. Okay, so that is my exit taken care of. Alright, what else do we need to do? Exit is taken care of, no error. Let's try out exit. So I'm going to click on it and let's run. Okay guys, let's try out the exit. Click on exit. Yeah, that's cool, that's working. Now let's try this out, make sure that it's still working. Yeah, that's fine, and exit works as well. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take care of add, so that we can add more data in there. Okay, we should be able to add more data in here. Then we have update, delete, and I want to be able to select and display everything here, and this one as well, the dates. Okay, let's exit. Right, now back out there, let's double click on the total and add. So double click on that. Right, and the first thing I'm going to do is, I think instead of reinventing the wheel, let me just copy these lines of codes here. Yeah, this very one, I'm going to just copy that up to here, I believe. Yeah, let's grab those, copy, and let's go back down to the add and total, or the total and add. There we go. So I'm going to now enter that here, and here instead of select, I'm just going to change that to insert. because I will be inserting data. Insert into hotel database. Let's enter that. First will be ID, then we have first name, comma, surname, address. Those are the columns. I have postcode here. Then I also have mobile. Yeah, that's correct. Comma. Email. I think I do have I have nationality, so what I'm going to do is I'll just enter a comma here and close that up. Let's come in here, say plus, and press enter so that I will have enough room. So I'm going to say nationality, and I think I should enter speech mark here. Alright, nationality, let's get him looking good now. Date of birth, then we have gender, comma, proof of ID, comma, date in, that should be lowercase, then date out, meal, room type, comma, and room number. There we go. That should take care of that. Now I'm going to enter plus there. Okay, the next time I'm going to enter will be the value. In this case, that's going to be the components. Okay, the first one, let's enter. Okay, we enter an apostrophe and a speech mark, and the first one is going to be plus txt customer ref dash text, and we enter plus speech mark, then an apostrophe, comma, an apostrophe, speech mark, and the next one is going to be first name, txt first name dash text box. Okay, that will be plus again, speech apostrophe, comma, apostrophe. This should be a comma, not a dot, not a full stop. An apostrophe and plus. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the rest components. There we go. So I have all my components in place now. There. So what I will now do is, I think, let's see, because of error, let me just say try here. Try. And let's get rid of all of this, put this one underneath here. And let's enter a cache somewhere. Let's copy this cache. And come right down here, paste that here. Okay, and right in here, let's finish up this function here. I will now call my SQL command. Copy that, paste that in here. SQL command equals execute that should be execute query, this very one, and SQL com dash should, we want that to close, and we also want, let's grab the hotel DB, no, hotel connect, my function up there called hotel connect, this very one, there, call that function, that's it. If you guys can still recall the function right up there called connect, where I connected the database. I'll show it to you. No, it's right underneath here. There we go. That's the function that I've just called. There's going to be one more function there, and that would be for my calculations and so on. Okay, come right down. So this is for my total. It's actually for total and insert more data, really. Okay, so let's move this up so that you guys can see it there. So I'm going to try this out now, so let's click on run. Okay, decision time. Now let's try it out. The last record that I have in here is Kingsley Queen. So let's enter something else here. So I'm going to make that up. I've just called that value 7878. That will be the reference number. Now let's come right here. The name is going to be, let's call that David, or yeah, Dave. Davis, okay, Davis is fine. Davis Johnny. And address, just call that make way. Close. Let's come right here. Postcode. Telephone number. Email Mickey@hotmail.com. Nationality, okay, from Bangladesh, that's fine. It's male, and let's say it's a pilot, and date in, date out on the 18th, meal, maybe 1, and room, single. There, this is not working yet. We're gonna do something about that soon. Okay, let's see if we can add that straight onto the dataGirdView. There we go. I think we've done it. Yep, that is it. It's added. That's it right there. Supposing I want to try and add it again, no duplicate is allowed. Click on OK. That's fine. So add or update, add, insert new data is working fine. Okay, now let's take care of update, delete, and reset. Now exit out. Okay, let's double click on update. So right here, okay, for the updates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, let's copy these connectors. I'm going to do, okay, let's also include try cache and just come right down here, paste that here, and close off my try. Okay, underneath here, I'm just going to copy this as well, copy and paste that here. And for now, I'm going to delete this. Right. And in here, the first thing I'd like to do is I'm going to declare, let's create a function here. this open, I don't want to open it just yet, so I'm going to get rid of that because it's just an update. So, okay, what do I want to update? So I'm going to say string. The first one is ID. ID equals txt customer reference that test there. And the second one, string, second one is first name equals txt first name, and we enter that. The third one, a surname equals txt surname there, and so on, guys. So I'm just gonna speed that up. I reckon you guys get the whole idea. So what I'm trying to do is identify the component that is likely to be updated. So the next one here is going to be address equals txt address there. So let's speed that up, and there we go, guys. Alright, so I'm now going to use the command text. So cm, let's copy that here. It's going to be cmd command text. This I might as well copy all of this and just change it around. Copy them all. Maybe I should include these ones as well. Let's grab all of these and come right down here. Just paste it right down here. There we go. And what else do I want? I have to open it here. I remember saying I was going to open the SQL dash open. That should be connect. Right. So I have the command that should be reader.command SQL reader equals that. Okay. And this should be reader. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so that is looking fine. Maybe we should add a message box. But first thing before that, let me just tidy up this. Instead of insert, that should be update. Update hotel. Get rid of that. And update hotel set ID. Let's come and just say set ID equals. So it's going to be equals an apostrophe a speech mark plus ID plus, that will be speech mark and apostrophe. So I'm going to repeat the same thing, exactly the same thing for the others. Okay, this is going, let's copy this, paste that in there. Alright, so we will need as follows. Let's grab all of this, copy that, paste it right here, and grab this, paste it right at the back of this. There. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for all, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. this one is now we're not going to need this because I've already defined it up here, so I'm going to get rid of all of this here, and just speed up this one and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, I think that should take care of that should hopefully take care of the update. Right, so let's see. Okay, take it from the top here and bring it down here. Okay, let's try this out. I'm going to run it. Okay, before I can run it, because I won't be able to run it now, even if I run it, nothing will happen. So what I want to try and achieve is, you see, when I select any of the rows here, I want it to appear here, then I'll be able to update it from this component. So what I'm going to do is select the dataGirdView, come straight to the properties here, and I would need, can you see that? Cell click, this very one, double click on that, there, right here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to say try cache. I'm writing there txt customer reference dash text equals dataGirdView 1 dash selected, that will be selected rows, and that is 0 dash cells and the very first one is going to be column 1. Let's say here, column 1 dash value dash to string, there we go. So this should just be value. Get rid of all of this. Okay, so that's the very first one. The next one is going to be, let's copy that. This is going to be first name. So change this to first name. And followed by surname. We have address. And the value here will be 2, 3, 4, and so on. I'll just copy this and repeat the same thing for the others. But just before that, let's copy this one and just paste it right underneath here. Get rid of this one. Okay, so let's speed this up. Okay, it's done, but this is wrong. That's supposed to be 0, supposed to start from 0, 1, that will be 2, and so on, 3, 4. Let's speed that up. Okay, that is it, all taken care of. So the cells start from 0, 1 up to 20. So let's run it anyway and see how that's going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to select any of these cells here. There we go. We have Peter there and here. Okay, because we don't have value in here. Okay, we don't have any value here, so I can always delete those. But let's see if we can update. So let's come in here, instead of Dr. Peter, we can then change that to maybe Reverend, and let's click on update. There we go, we are able to update it. Look at that. Okay, from Dr. Peter to Reverend Peter. So let's see if we can update another one. Select Grace, and let's see, let's change the surname now that she's married. So let's say the husband's name is Morehouse. Okay, update. There we go, it's changed to Morehouse. That's good. There, so the update is working. Total and add is working. Now we need to take care of just these two. Okay guys, for now I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.